Welcome to another new episode of Occult Movie Tuesdays right here on Night Owl Video. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks everybody who's subscribed, commented, liked so far. I noticed my views are going down, but I'm trying not to get discouraged. I know I guess that's just something that happens on YouTube. But I'm going to continue on. Today we're talking about Streets of Fire. And I'm going to also, the other thing I recognize is that some of my other reviews were really long, so I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. So with that said, Streets of Fire is an action crime film or a neo-noir rock musical. This is from 1984. There's the cover. You can see it looks pretty cool. This was directed by Walter Hill, who probably a lot of you know his name. He did The Driver, The Warriors, and he was a producer and writer on various Alien films in the Alien franchise. This stars Michael Pare, a young Diane Lane, Rick Moranis, and Willem Dafoe, also quite young in this film. This was released on June 1st of 1984. And this was a cool movie. I never saw this before. I picked this up in one of my thrifting haul videos a couple weeks ago, if you've seen that video. A movie I'd heard about for a long time but had never gotten the chance to see, and I found it for like $3, so I thought, this is my chance and I'm gonna take it. So, oh, it's time for a sip of coffee. I'm not gonna say what it is anymore. For the one or two people that watch my videos weekly, you know what kind of coffee I'm drinking. So I just copied and pasted this synopsis because I tried to write my own synopsis and it was I got really carried away really fast. So the synopsis is Raven Shattuck, played by Willem Dafoe, along with his gang of merciless biker friends, kidnaps rock singer Ellen Aim, played by Diane Lane. Ellen's former lover, soldier for hire Tom Cody, played by Michael Pare, happens to be passing through town on a visit. In an attempt to save his star act, Ellen's manager, Billy Fish, played by Rick Moranis, hires Tom to rescue Ellen. Billy and Tom, along with former soldier McCoy, played by Amy Madigan, battle through dangerous cityscapes determined to get Ellen back. I really couldn't have worded that any better. Honest to God, I tried to write that out in my own words and it just sounded really dumb. So sorry to whoever wrote that I took your synopsis, but it's on the internet, so I feel like I can just read it. It would just be like if I was reading it to a friend or something. Gosh. Anyway, so the production of this film, Walter Hill got the idea for the film while making one of his other films, and also another film I've never seen, 48 Hours. He wanted to make his own comic book style film, but apparently he didn't like any of the comic books he had read, so he invented his own, which is this. Although, I guess I could kind of see it as a comic book. I guess it's a bit comic bookish. The film is named after a song by Bruce Springsteen, and they wanted to have Diane Lane's character sing the song in the movie. And when Bruce Springsteen originally Bruce Springsteen said, yeah, you can use the song. But when he found out that they were going to re-record it with Diane Lane's character singing the song in the film, Springsteen withdrew his permission to use the song. So apparently Bruce is just a big dick. Did that go to sleep? Son of a... Oh, yeah, so I put it on the screen. The title menu is not that exciting for this film, as you can see. But anyway, so Bruce said, no, you can't use my song. So, okay, whatever. The movie was filmed in Chicago in April of 1983 in Chicago. Then it moved to Los Angeles, and then the final 2 weeks was just in various locations around California. There is a band playing in the film. Oh, there's a couple of bands, but there's one band in particular that I was very excited to see, and that was the Blasters. And apparently they had turned down an offer to be in 48 Hours, and maybe they regretted that. I don't know, because 48 Hours I think was a pretty big hit, and so they decided they would say yes to Streets of Fire with my giant scary hands. The reception for this film was very mixed. Um, a lot of the critics seemed to praise the action, but they thought they were kind of down on the dramatic scenes. This film only made $8 million on a $14.5 million budget, and I think a lot of that was attributed to the second Star Trek film, the Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, which came out around the same time, and it just cleaned up at the box office. And I think this movie just got lost in the shuffle in the annals of time. There's some a very dark tone to this film. A lot of rain. It kind of reminded me a bit of like Blade Runner, kind of. Not obviously, it's not a science fiction film, but oh, well, maybe a bit. But apparently, this went on to inspire David Fincher with the film Seven. Walter Hill had envisioned this film being the first in a proposed trilogy, but after the box office failure, the sequels were scrapped as per usual. An unofficial sequel film that was directly inspired by Streets of Fire came out in 2008 called Road to Hell, which also featured Michael Pare in the lead role and directed by a B-movie producer named Albert Pyun, Pyun. I actually couldn't make it through the trailer for the movie. It looked so bad. So I'm probably not going to go there with this one, but I would give this movie a solid 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was fun. Maybe I can play it here. Streets of Fire, and then the tagline is a rock and roll fable. So it's very 80. I mean, it's very 80s. The costumes, the music, but it does have this kind of like noirish feel to it. Michael Pare, I don't know what other movies he did, but I don't feel like I've seen him in much else. He was really good. Diane Lane was really good. Diane Lane, she played the singer in a band. Oh yeah, and there was that band. Remember that song in the 80s, I can dream about you. Well, that song is in the movie. They performed that song in the movie. So I watched this movie a couple weeks ago for the first time, and then I went to the thrift store the day after I watched it, and I found the soundtrack on vinyl, like this minty copy for $2.99 at my local Value Village, and I was very excited to find this. I'm not in love with the soundtrack, but like for a slice of like 80s fried gold, this is where it's at. I just want to see if the thing was on here. Oh, it's Dan Hartman, I Can Dream About You. That was a huge hit, and that came from this soundtrack, and I think this is probably what made it become so big. Other artists on here are The Fix. Remember The Fix with two X's? They're on here doing a song called Deeper and Deeper. The Blasters, Maria McKee. Is that the person from Lone Justice, I think? Ry Cooder is on here. The Blasters, I said that. So yeah, this was kind of a cool find. I mean, this is just like a minty fresh copy. Here's the back. Oh, if you wanted to see the list of songs, can I get it like that without the glare? Yep. Yep. So, and like I said, it's very 80s. But like Michael Pare sort of steals like this really old car, like a souped up kind of car. And so it's got this kind of like a weird mixture of like 50s and 80s, like, and then there's like gang fights kind of scenes, like, which reminded me of like a Rumble, like a West Side Story, or like something like that. Um, yeah, so it's kind of a weird mishmash of things, but I give it a solid 3.5 out of 5. I wasn't in love with the movie. I thought it was fun. It's definitely kind of campy, but if you're into that kind of stuff, like an 80s kind of like noir action kind of thing with like 80s heavy pop rock. Rick Moranis, I have no idea how he got cast in the film. He plays Diane Lane's boyfriend, and they look so mismatched in the film. I think maybe it was to accentuate that like she used to be with Michael Pare, and Michael Pare is like super hot. But I don't know. It was weird. It's a weird film. It's definitely most definitely a cult film, definitely a cult. I don't know if it's a cult classic, but it's definitely an 80s cult film. I do remember seeing this in the video stores, not that cover. Definitely, I think they used this artwork on the VHS originally, and probably the movie poster was that as well. This edition of this film on DVD, I can't see what year it's from. It looks like early 2000s. It has production notes, cast and filmmakers' bios, film highlights, and a theatrical trailer. So it's, yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked it. Yeah, it actually says this cult hit features a razor-sharp cast and original songs written by Stevie Nicks, Tom Petty, and Ry Cooder, and performed by such greats as the Blasters and the Fix. Streets of Fire is a rock and roll shotgun blast to the senses. So I would recommend this if you're into that kind of thing, like 80s cult films, or if you like just a good 80s action film. It does have some parts where it kind of drags a bit, but overall just a fun romp. So I'd highly recommend it. So that's my review of Streets of Fire, a rock and roll fable. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button if you like my review. Recommend my channel to your friends if you think they like cult movies, horror movies, or thrifting videos for movies. I'm getting ready to move, as I mentioned in my last couple videos. I'm moving Thursday, so I probably won't be doing another video this week, although I'm very tempted to go thrifting on Friday when I arrive in my new hometown, because I know there's some cool spots to check out. So I might do a thrifting video on the weekend, but we'll just see how exhausted I am, and I start new jobs on Monday, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like I said, subscribe, like, comment. I love getting your comments, although my friend Corey is the only one that's commented so far. Oh yeah, and somebody did comment about region things. So this is a Region 1 DVD, if you were wondering. But I think this is an old edition that's probably been re-released. And I didn't check to see where you can stream this, but probably Tubi or maybe YouTube. There might be a copy on there. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back possibly on the weekend with a thrifting video. If not, I'll be back most likely Tuesday with another Cult Movie Tuesday. So thanks for watching. I'm also on Instagram at Night Owl Video, so you can check me out there. Send me comments or DMs, whatever. And let me know what you're watching. I'd love to hear what you're watching, or if there are some films you think I should check out. I'll put them on my thrifting want list, and maybe if I come across them, I can do reviews of those. And until next time, I'll see you at the video store. Bye.